Hey guys, alright, so I just finished up doing one of my least favorite tasks on a car, and that is replacing the universal joints in this drive shaft. So did both ends of it, and it definitely needed it. So I'm going to show you what kind of shape these old original U-joints were in, and they were not good. I don't know why this thing's flipping around. I'm celebrating the return of my Galaxy S6 smartphone that I used to do my videos. I had to replace the battery in it, but let me tell you, they don't want you to replace the battery in one of these things. You have to peel off the back tempered glass back of it. You have to take 13 little tiny screws out. You have to peel some more glued in stuff apart, and then get the battery out. So, man, but I did it. I was determined. Either it was going to win or I was going to win, and I won. So. Anyway, let me get these things kind of cleaned up, and then we'll look at them. It's got a lot of old grease on it. Yeah, I think this thing's having to learn how to focus. There we go. Focus again. Focus. It's original. There's a part number on it. Looks like 2266909. See, one of them's kind of rusty. But that's the least of the problems. So, yeah, this thing's, the focus on it's kind of being weird, but just bear with me. All right, let me get this stuff kind of cleaned up. We'll see the carnage. All righty, had to wait for a train to go by. So, okay, so when I pulled these out, I don't remember where they were, which one was the rear. I think this was the rear. Yeah, matter of fact, I know it was, because these, on the crosses here, two of these looked okay. They weren't too bad. That's the ones I had access to, just pulled the caps off and kind of put some grease in there, not knowing how bad off this thing was. Well, okay, take a look at this. It'll need just a moment, and maybe it'll come in. Come on. Come on. Try this. There we go. Alright, so they're not supposed to be splines on universal joints. But as you can see, these have them. See that? They're supposed to be smooth like that. This is called, I think this is called Brunelling. But that's an awful severe case of it, I think. And so the corresponding one that had rust, looked like it had rust in it. That's what it looked like inside. Yeah, it had a broken roller up there at the top. And then the other ones, all three of the other ones, were just, see how shiny? The lubrication dried up in it. And so it was well on its way to either breaking or something pretty bad happening to it. You see, this is the same story here. Not good. So anyway, these weren't quite as bad. The front ones weren't near as bad, but that one was starting right there. Well, it's not going to cooperate, but anyway. I think my camera's still kind of learning its functions here again, but anyway, as I said, they were the same way. And this is obviously, see all the shiny reflective metal in there? You're not supposed to see that, but yeah. So it just wore it out. Probably got I was going to say probably had a witness mark on it too from the rubbing in the cap there. See, there was stuff in it. I mean, there was some grease, something more or less something like grease left in it, but it's desiccated and dried out. So anyway, the moral of the story is that grease just failed in here, and then that's what did it. And people, you ever get on forums, which is not generally a good thing to do anyway. But if you ever do, and just look up stuff about U-joints, There are all these people that swear up and down that you should just go with non-greasable U-joints because there's strength. Well, this car's got 180 horsepower on a good day, and I put the greasable ones back in it. I'm not out here doing 7,000 RPM launches with it. I'm not worried about the U-joints breaking because the thing about a U-joint or any other kind of joint is if you put grease in it, it stands a very good chance of living a long life. It may eventually fail, but stuff doesn't normally fail when it's got lubricant in it. And anytime that I don't understand how people got duped into believing that sealed for life, lubricated for life, permanently lubricated stuff was smart. It's not. It's not. You know, it's just another way to make stuff have a set lifespan, I guess. But whatever. It's like 50 antifreeze. The parts store up here is covered up with that stuff. Can't hardly find any straight concentrate antifreeze anymore because the people just, as I said, not getting into that again, but people are they know how to play to people's lazy instincts. I just pour it in. Just pour it in. That's all I gotta do. I don't have to think. I just pour it in the cap where the cap goes. All right, well, it is. I got my heater running over there, and it's about 56 degrees in here, which is very comfortable. It's a good temperature to work in. I don't know why this camera's doing this little thing here. It's probably trying to get me again some way. Probably round 2 is coming with this camera. But I thought you guys were probably tired of looking at stuff in 720, and that camera's a little bit difficult to use. But anyway, this temperature is about to go off the cliff. Guess what the forecasted low tonight is overnight? 5 below. That's what they say. And they've warned us about it. So I had my car home, my Chrysler home. I was going to go around and do my Christmas light stuff like I like to do each year. But this coming down, I drove it a couple different evenings, and that was it. So I thought I better go back and get the truck. So I took the car back and put it in and got the 4-wheel drive back out. So you can hear on the roof up here, it's drizzling. So there's a good chance this stuff may do something pretty bad to us. But we'll see. It's winter. So anyway, I don't know. This is going to be another compilation video. I think you guys probably getting a little bit tired of this stuff now. And so I'm going to try to go ahead and make this a little bit shorter. We don't have that much to do. We just got to do some, finish up the brakes. We got to put the drive shaft in. And I try to go ahead and get my seats and some of my interior in. I might just go ahead and do all of it. But I've got the seats for it. Do that. And then we're going to be ready to light this thing off, I think. I got to put fluids in it, as I said. So we'll do that. I'll probably do that on, I don't know, another video. But we'll try to make this a little bit shorter, not another hour-long deal. And that'll be it. So anyway, all right, well, I was going to say I hope everybody has a nice Christmas, but I think you'll see this after Christmas. So anyway, hope everybody is doing well. And I'm doing much better. As a matter of fact, feeling good these days. Got my diet under control and my eating under control, and my caffeine intake is down to more or less just 0. So that's really helping me out. All right. Well, let's get on to something else with this thing. There's always something else.